Good evening, this is your psychic LG reporting from the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Hello, hello, hello. It's Tuesday night. It's 11:02 p.m. UK time. Is anybody there? Am I going live yet? Let's see. Hi there. Hi, how are you doing? Hiya, Moon Fairy. Hiya, everyone. Hiya, James. How yous all keeping? Crazy times, isn't it? Morning to you, is it? Morning, Marie Breel. Hi, Angie. Hi, Mighty Bush and Elzik, just up down the road from me. Hello then in Miami. What's the weather like over there today? Eh? Hello, hello. I'll just wait for people to come on. This is your Psychic LJ and I'm reporting from underground, Newcastle upon Tyne, UK. We're going to delve deep tonight. We're going to see what's going on again. Remember, Thursday night's going to be call-in. And you need to be on Discord to do that, but also a subscriber of Twitch. Again, I'll put the links in the description after this feed. There's different tiers that you can be on Twitch. And I'm going to be taking calls on Thursday night. I'm going to be doing personal stuff on Thursday night. Tonight, I think I'm going to go woo-woo. I'm going to see how the mood takes us. I'll wait for people to come on. Hiya, Bernadette. I'll see who many was on Twitch. Hello, everybody. Hiya, Daz. Lady Mirth. Hello, Lucy in South Carolina. And hello in Switzerland, Tinkerbell. That sort of suits you, being in Switzerland. I could imagine you being in like a little castle. How's everybody doing? Very heavy at the moment, isn't it? Hi, Teddy. So good evening to everybody on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Amazon. Yeah, the Northeast UK. Yes. Oh, we've got Nash in from Nashville. Oh, bless you. I bet the energy's really heavy over there at the minute, is it? It's Debbie PM is saying she's nearly ready. Hi in Los Angeles, bad day. So tonight we're going to wait for people to come on, and I thought we'd do a minute's silence for the children and the people who lost their lives in Nashville and for their families. If you'd like to do that, I just want to do it. The audio in and out, is it? Can you hear us? Give us a 5-5 if everybody can hear us. Sounds good? That's good. Maybe it's your connection there, Teddy. It's so sad. So I want to do a minute's silence. I wait for people to come on. And I thought we'd all do a minute's silence for them. God bless them. You've now got audio. Oh, that's good. So, yeah, it's such an awful time. I mean, I've seen the footage when the police are going in to save the day. And I tell you what, they're heroes, their mind, aren't they? There was two of them, well, there were all of them, but there was two main ones what took her out. And, or him or her or whatever she was. But they took her out before there was more damage done. And I just believe that there needs to be a lot of change to come into the USA. Everyone's got their own opinions. Hi, Bjorn. But we don't have that problem in Europe or everywhere else in the world and in UK. We don't have that. But what I do feel what's very important, what should be that you should all have safety gates with cameras on to stop idiots getting into school grounds. The poor kiddies. A lot of the schools over here in the UK, they have sort of gates where you can't get in, with an intercom system. And obviously delivery drivers can go in and out, but they're checked. It's all cameraed up. Parents and carers can go in, if they know they're coming. But it just means the kids can't get out and nobody can get in. And it just keeps them safe. And I think that's what needs to be done. I think it's a must. I think every school in the US needs to have that. I don't know if you agree, guys. All cameraed up, and they shouldn't be allowed to go up even to the school door. They should be kept off the grounds. Hi there, Hamish. Hi in sunny Florida. So I just think that, especially the way the situation is with the guns over there, I think that they need to do something. Maybe it's the government over there, the White House needs to stick the hand in their pocket and get all the security around all the schools. Because it's until the situation sorts out, they need to do something. Because it's really bad, isn't it? Hello there, Carmen in Sweden. Just reading Birmingham Live, there has been a big spillage of an unknown substance outside Civil Justice Centre outside Chancellor's office. Oh, dearie me. So that all the streets closed off, is it, Julie? It does sound like prison, but the church school where Adam went to, and it was a high school, the headmaster, he put security gates round. And to stop the kids getting in, or to stop anybody getting in or out, and there was an intercom system. But Adam loved it, and it was a really safe school. So, you know what I mean? It just means that it's protecting the kids, really, isn't it? Highway writer. Hello there in New Jersey. So yeah, it's just really awful. And apparently they had mental health problems or something. Why were they allowed a gun? I mean, something needs to be done, doesn't it? Yeah, there possibly is that going on as well, that ultra thing. But I do think that even still, some people with mental health shouldn't be allowed a gun. I don't know if anybody agrees there. I think that there needs to be tougher laws put into place that they shouldn't be able to grab a gun and stuff like that. This is true, Moon Fairy. Mental health is definitely, there needs to be more help for that as well. How in the world did the girl just get to walk into school? She shot the door through. But the school grounds were open. It looked a very posh school, actually, quite a nice school. She just walked into the grounds and shut the door through with her guns. So sad. So let's just see how things go tonight. But let's start. We've got 264 in. And I hope you're all keeping well. I know it's easy to get triggered. Hiya, Maria. It's so easy to get triggered with everything what's going on, and everything, politics comes in and everything, doesn't it, over in the US? And it's just, at the end of the day, all these kids are dying. Poor babies. Poor babies. Yeah, they should have that. Jennifer Projects just said metal detectors on every door, metal doors. Julie Bretts just says, why do they not all have security gates around their schools like we do in the UK? It's very safe. It's very safe over here. In other places in the world as well, I presume they do it, you know. I believe they do it in Australia. I believe they do it in Saudi. You know, you'll not get anything like that happening over there either. It's It's just awful. How are you keeping, Debbie? And my fear is that it's, there could be more of this. Might do a prayer tonight to protect the children of the US until this resolves. But I don't know how you've all been feeling today, guys, but I've been feeling really, really tired. I know, I did predict it. I'm sure of one of my things I said the letter N. It's a worry, isn't it? I mean, the way it stands when we're looking in from the outside, you would be safer to send your kid to in a place like Beirut or somewhere like that to school than you would in the US. That's how worrying it is. Very worrying. So you've been feeling all achy. A lot of people have been having strange symptoms, haven't they? Hi, Marina. Everyone's been feeling tired. It's a worry. It's a worry, and I think we're picking up on all sorts of things, and I think we just need to pump up on our vitamins and stuff like that as well. Everyone's been feeling exhausted. Again, my granddaughter gets homeschooled. Not because there's any violence over here, it's just better for her. There's a massive amount of strange energy, isn't there? Flu symptoms, you've got to gain beyond. We need vitamin C, we need iron, we need vitamin B, we need vitamin D, D3. We need all these vitamin-enriched nutrients. It's a very strange time that we're living in, guys. It's a very strange time. And Sonny looks just hungry. Well, that's good. That's good if you're hungry. Hello there, Erica, and from Hollywood, California. What's the energy like over there at the minute, Erica? It's just a very heavy energy, Sue Ellen. I wasn't going to do will predictions tonight. I was going to do will predictions as a Sunday night. I was going to look into other stuff. But I am concerned that there's more events coming. So I might just look into that, okay? So let's start. So anybody who's coming in new and in the field, and thank you to all my new subscribers on Twitch. What was I going to say? I do healing. I start with a prayer. And for anybody who needs healing, write your name in the comment section and you will receive healing. Okay? And it's timeless. Healing, protection, if you're worried about anything, you will receive it. It's a bit like being in a little spiritualist church here. So I've got Zavi Murd. Is that how my Zaxvi? Azvi. What's happening in America? Well, there's been a shooting. There's been a shooting there in a kiddie's school there. I'm wondering, I'm going to see why we're feeling like this. I'm going to look into the collective and stuff like that. So let's start. I'm going to invoke all the angels in. I'm just going to drink a coffee. Yeah, I had flu-like symptoms earlier on. I was feeling a bit yucky. I feel fine now, like. It just sort of comes over in waves and it makes you wonder if it's sort of in the atmosphere, doesn't it? Very strange at the moment. Anyway, let's begin. So hope you're all sitting relaxed. And let's see what's going on. I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel. I ask my faithful spirit guides, Jade, White Buffalo, Star, Lady Direwolf, A2I, to come forth to give us true answers tonight and anything that we need, and to give we healing. I'm seeing Mother Mary's face coming in here. She's weeping. She's taking the children through to the light. I've got Mother Mary here tonight. Mother Mary. She's seen a mother sacrifices herself from the moment she has a child, and they worry all the way through, doesn't stop. And then when you have death in the wrong order, it can be one of the most painful things a human being can go through, and for fathers as well. We need to say a little prayer for the children tonight, and then we're going to have a minute's silence before we begin. Okay, thank you. Let's begin. Amen. Okay. So let's all come in on this circle. Yeah, anybody who needs healing will get it. I ask that Jesus comforts the families who have been affected with these recent shootings in Nashville, and that Jesus comforts the little children and takes them through to the light. Heals their bodies, heals their minds, heals their soul. And comforts the families who have lost their children. I ask Jesus, I ask God, I ask Mother Mary, I ask all the archangels to protect all the children in the USA, in all states, from all evil, and to protect them and keep them away from harm and evil, and keep them safe, happy and well from the moment they go to school till they come back. Put like an invisible cloak around every child, that they are protected from the Holy Spirit. I ask Jesus to comfort the children, and I'm being given that they are healing on the other side. They have hospitals on the other side, with the same 5 minutes before death to when we go over, we just go into another reality. And sometimes when people they cross over and they are distraught, or they've been murdered or accident, and they are not ready, they will be comforted. So what happens is, when the children are taken cruelly, they have many angels and helpers to help these children in the nurseries, to comfort them and heal them. I'm seeing a little boy with light brown hair, and I'm seeing a little girl with piggy tails in. And they're around the mamas and the dads, and the angels are on this planet tonight, and the angels are walking on Nashville. They are there. They are walking around. They are soothing the children. And I'm seeing like a little rag doll type of doll thing coming through with one of them. In one of them, it's a little boy, and he's given like a baseball cap to his dad. He's given like a baseball cap to his dad. And he's saying, "I'm all right, Dad." And I see a woman really grieving tonight with fairish hair. You need to know that the babies they're safe, they're well. They are getting healed. Satan may have intercepted to take them over, but Satan didn't get their souls. The angels came, Gabriel came and rescued them. And they are safe. They are definitely safe. God bless all the little children. I also ask that peace comes across the lands of the USA, and that the enemy is taken down from tonight. That light heals and raises the vibration. I ask that everybody, we now stand in a minute's silence for the children and their families. And not just for Nashville, for everything what happened in Texas and everywhere else, Sandy Crook, everywhere. That every child should feel safe when they're going to school. Back in the arm of Jesus. And Jesus is saying that every child now is being doubly, triply protected on the earth plane. Let's begin. Let's have a minute's silence for the little children. Amen. Okay, so I think I'm going to talk about angels and demons tonight and what is actually going on. Would you like that? You can light a white candle if you want. Bless all the little children on earth. Not just in the USA, everywhere. Because these are the new generations. These are the children. They're on a different level, guys. You've got the crystal children, you've got the rainbow children, you've got the Blu-ray children, you've got the new earth angels coming in. And they're being brought onto this planet to raise the vibration. So it's light, and unfortunately sometimes light attracts darkness. But remember, you can't have the light without having the darkness. But there's been an unbalancement. There's been a great unbalancement. So tonight I want to talk about angels and demons, and what's actually happening. I believe that we are living in times where science has met religion. And there's some players out there, I don't know who they are, but there is portals they've opened up filled with stuff. There's been great gateways opened, stargates, and you've got interceptions coming in and out. And I said about a year ago, it was on Twitch, that I believe there'd been like a monster released. A bit like Stranger Things. I don't know if anyone's seen Stranger Things. But you've got like the underworld, you know what I mean? And I believe the veil is very thin. In fact, the veil, I was just talking about this with a friend last night. The veil isn't even thin. It's twisted and frazzled. It's screwed up. Very twisted and frazzled. So I do believe, I mean, some people might disagree with us, but I do believe we are living in very biblical times. I don't believe the world's going to end as such. I believe that the world is what we know. Yeah, the upside down world. I believe the reality of what we know. And I said this in my last podcast. I said that the great spiritual awakening it doesn't mean when you are awakened that that's it. You have to do the hard work. It's about ascension, the spiritual ascension. So everybody's on different levels, and this is a multi-dimensional world, guys. It's a multi-dimensional world, and unfortunately, it's a free will world. So we've got a lot. We've been labelled as humans, but I believe that we're more than humans. Do you understand what I mean? Like I always said, we're spirit beings in like a meat suit. So you just don't know who you're walking down the street past. But I do believe angels are walking this planet. But where you've got the light, you've got the dark. Because it's a free will world. You've got that going on, and that's been going on since land begun. From day one. From Adam and Eve, that's happened. Yeah? But then you've got people who get attachments. And then when you're going into drugs and alcohol. And I'm not saying that if you're going to have a blinking joint or you have a little beer, it doesn't mean you're going to get an attachment. I don't mean that. I'm on about people who have problems. And then it also depends on what lineage you're born into, because some people can be very good families, but they can have sort of, say, like their great grandfather had a curse put on them. You know, there's a lot of voodoo out there. There's a lot of strange stuff going on. And it's because of the internet, voodoo's gone global. You can just access it. Anybody can just go and put a curse on anybody. So you've got witchcraft going on, and you've got the good side and you've got the bad side. Okay? But then you've got technology, which we've talked about, ultra stuff. All right? I can't say the full thingy because I'm on here, but you know what I mean. And people being mind controlled. But I'm not saying you've got some sort of hypnotist. It's subliminal. It's subliminal, and some people are triggered. Some people are triggered. So this cleanup's going to take a long, long time. Generational karma, yeah. So you get different types of demons. I've dealt with them. You know, I've gone into houses, I've poltergeists, you name it. When you've been in this field a long time, you know what's what. Without saying names, I had to remove 3 off a child the other night. In a session with the mother and the grandmother present. So it is going on. You know, these jinns are flying around all over. And it depends on the child's, how can I put it? It depends on the child's past life. And it depends on many different factors. Because people say to me, well, Louise, why are children murdered? Where's the justice in that? Why would God allow that? But you seem to understand, God doesn't allow it. It's old Nick. Old Nick what wants you to think that God's done that. We're all being tested. So when somebody's vulnerable, you've got to protect their aura. And this is like, show me right in the face how society needs to change. Because when people aren't getting the right help, you know, and especially if they can access weaponry, you're going to get problems. And I'm seeing a breaking down of communication, and it's crying out that the US, all over the world, not just the US, in the UK as well, there needs to be more put in for mental health. But I don't really want to go into the if, buts and the whys of this person who's done this, because there's talks that, you know, it was something to do with problems with the gender and all of this. But we don't really know, do we? It hasn't been released properly. But I just think that they were unwell. Obviously, nobody in their right minds would do something. So when you're unwell, it leaves you with holes in your aura. Listen to what I'm saying. If that person's had trauma, and that's how attachments can get in. But most people can shrug it off. But unfortunately, if something dark attaches, it takes over. And that's where that's where the Catholic Church has it right, because it still goes on, where you've got exorcisms and still, it's not like, they're lying in bed and they're spewing out green pea soup. That's not what it's like. I'm talking that takes over them. It sort of comes into them. And some people can actually lose themselves, and that soul could actually be replaced into them. But as it says in the big book, God forgives all and all of that. So I'm trying to say to you is, there's victims on both sides here. It's not as black and white as it looks. Hello, Lance. You trying to have dinner? We're just having a talk about angels and demons here. So we are like sort of radio transmitters. So we are capable of good or bad. But some people go that too far gone. That's how they do these awful things. This is how people are murdering children and doing horrible things. Yeah? So there needs to be some definite changes. It's like it's going to keep mirroring. I think everything what's happening at the minute, what's happening in the USA, it's going to mirror and mirror and mirror until something takes place to make the kids safer. It's going to carry on, unfortunately. So we are like lighthouses. And that's why I know that with we're also ascending, people are becoming more susceptible, because once you come out of the matrix and you start to ascend, you become like a sponge, and then you get tested by Trojan horses and other things. There's loads of tricksters after every level of ascension. So it's so important that we have to do the inner work, otherwise we can get carried away. And then you get mind control, not just to do with the ultra stuff. It can come in within religion. It can come in within many different factors. It depends on the person. Everyone's different. So she obviously had problems. She obviously had a lot of problems, and she never got the help. It's horrible. It's really, really horrible. But there's a mass rise of mental health, and something needs to happen here. So it's possible, on the outside 3D, it looks like, she's been, having psychosis, something's happened. But I think that there's more to it if you're looking at it spiritually. So it's an individual, and this is why light workers come in, and there's going to be a lot more light workers talking about these things. Yeah? So, I don't know if there's anybody in the audience who works within the mental health, I've got clients what work within prisons and in mental health, and sometimes they get attacked by these patients because they're not well. So dark energy intercepted into her and took over, and that's why she did what she did. So the mental health system, I feel, is behind the times. And you've got like the problems with the street drugs and everything, which I do believe that the DS is behind. The D states are behind. I really do believe that. because they're allowing it to come over the borders as well. You've got all that going on. And then don't get us going on the pharmaceutical, you know. You've got doctors which are sometimes over-prescribing, not all doctors mind, you know, prescribing benzos and that, which people are flipping out. There needs to be more help. So I read for a lot of people around the world and that, and it's an awful situation, but it seems like there's a massive problem with this in the US. And then we had the lockdowns and the COVID and everything. And I was talking to a cop, you know, in the lockdown, and they were saying like many of the call-outs were because people were having meltdowns and, you know, they were just having sort of breakdowns. So it's such a worry. So it's like if you've ever been with somebody and then, or you've been in a violent relationship, or you've been around somebody who's lost their temper, and then they look fine and all of a sudden their eyes will go black and they just look like a completely different person. As Robert Prenobis has put here, possession, the Amityville horror. Yeah. So it's like it glazes over them. So it's a horrible, horrible situation. So it was a recipe waiting to happen. And then, of course, you've got them all kicking off, as Debbie says, they're all kicking off in France and Israel. It's protests, you know. There's an unseen energy of a snake energy, but these beings, you've got many, don't worry, you've got trillions and trillions of light angels. All right, there's armies and armies of light angels, and a lot of them have been born back on this planet, and some of them have been coming in as the children. But you do have the dark angels, and they've also been born onto the planet as well. But then you've got them coming in out of the invisible light, the ones where, so in different cultures you've got, you know, within Islam they'll say the jinns, in Christianity they'll say the demons, and in sort of like the Star Trek world, you know, us space thingies, we'll say the reptilians, and it's David Icke talks about them. It's beings out of this invisible light, and they sort of can take over the archons. They can come in and take over. So, you know, all religion is just different scriptures of talking about the same beings. So that's what we're up against, and there's been a lot of them sort of released at the minute, but they can leave. They can leave. You know? But I just believe when you're very connected to source and you're not in fear, you could walk through a valley of demons and they can't touch you. So this is interesting. Can archons attach to technology? Yes, they can, but they do it with I've talked about my little being, my guide, A2I. So he's a little light source, okay? And he was supposed to come onto the earth plane as a walk-in, and they captured him. So he's a pure light, okay? Childlike, okay? They caught him with amongst many others, and they forced these into technology. And they're a funny little lot, but they also, there's some of them being trained to work on the dark side. The machine elves. So they use the machine elves in they've got very highly advanced technology. There's a lot of technology that has been held back from her. So you've got different types of reptilians, because you've got to understand this planet is their planet. They've been here a lot longer than us. I do believe you've got the reptilians which live underground. And I've come to understand that they're the plant eaters. They haven't got the sharp teeth. They've got quite flat teeth. They're the plant eaters. I actually channeled one, and interview with a reptilian, and it's in my listing on YouTube. It's one of the old first videos I did. You'll be able to check it out. But then you've got the archons is on a different level, yeah. So, and then you've got the big guys, the Dracos. They're in space. So if you're going to put them into a category, it's a bit like Star Trek. What was them? The Klingons. You know, they've got like the rubbery skin and that type of thing. But you get different types. Just like you get different type humans. You get different type humans. I mean, I don't claim to know everything, but I get a lot of downloads. And every time I do a healing session or an Akashic record, I'll learn more. So we're always learning. There's no ending to this ascension. So we're at a point now where it's sort of a bit like hell on earth at the minute, isn't it? It's a bit like, where's the Antichrist? We just need him to appear because it seems very heavy at the moment. I'm going to get my cards out and you can ask us questions. But I just believe this what happening at the minute is it's all part where the system has to change. But we're gonna come through it, and there's gonna be a safer world. Oh, interesting, Paula. Okay. Yeah, so this is interesting. So when the man stands in snow, we will know the truth. So I think we've got a lot of global change to come. We've got a lot of crazy weather to come, you know. And the old system has fallen. I've been saying this for a long time. And you've got different phases of the Earth Volunteers. So I would put myself in as like the first category of the Earth Volunteers. And then you've got the second people coming in. The people who are in the 20s and the 30s are from the second phase. And then you've got the little babas coming in, and they're from the third phase. But they're on a different level. They're ready for this AI world coming in, but they're also very ascended. They're sort of angels which have come back. So I do believe that there is an attack at the minute, and it's sort of like a holy war that we're in at the minute. So that could be where the weather's going to get really crazy by the end of the year, you know. And I think that there's also technology which we don't understand. I said this in one of my last predictions, I believe, that they could be filling on with stuff as well. And I had said that they're trying to put like Earth into menopause. Earth into menopause. So they're doing something to reverse something. They're doing something with technology, because that's what they do. They drip feed in the technology all the time to make money out of it. So then they can change it, because they know something we don't. So where you've got these controllers, you've also got good guys. They're not all bad guys. Life isn't like that. Life isn't like that. Even down to everything what's been said to do with what's going on at the moment, you know, within the truth community and that. You've got, how can I put it? You know, it's like you've got the right side, okay, not all the right side, where they think it's the left side, what's the DS? And it's not, you know. Where's the proof? Where's the proof that all Democrats are the DS? There's no proof. There's good and bad on both sides. But then you've got Bush, who was DS, you know, and he was a Republican. And yet you've got the right side which support JFK, and he was a Democrat. Just none of it makes sense. Everything's been manipulated, and there's no right side or wrong side. There is baddies and goodies on both sides. Baddies and goodies on both sides, because it's a holy war. When you come out of this physical 3D of the matrix of the politics, it's actually a spiritual holy war, yeah. It's a spiritual holy war that we're in. And I mean, this will probably trigger some people, you know. How can you say that, you know, on one side or another? But that's what the Matrix wanted. They wanted the US. It didn't used to be like that. I'm convinced that it didn't used to be like that. It's just turned like that. Because the players are at large, and the media has a lot to do with this as well. So, but you've got good Democrats and you've got good Republicans. I have a photo of Lucifer in the clouds. Oh my God, full moon that night as he signed to be King Charles. It's a bit spooky. Oh. So there's something going on at the minute, but they are fiddling on with something, and it's definitely to do with, all I can say is it's like they're putting Earth into menopause so then they can take over the weather pattern. And that's why you're going to experience a lot of crazy weather. It's not all to do with what they're seeing. Do you know what I mean? So this is why you're getting snow in Saudi Arabia and things like that. My grandmother has a picture of God in the clouds. He's gorgeous. Oh, how beautiful. So we've got the Sun card. There's some huge... I'm getting the spy who loved me. And I said this to you the other night on Sunday night. So there's spies and more scandals to come out. Watch for that in US politics. Watch for that. Insane weather. London. Sunny day at last today. Winter wet, yeah. It's all crazy, isn't it? So some people are more easily intercepted than others. And I've talked about this before. I've talked about the Violet Indigo children. And she looks like this woman who did what she did. She was a Violet in that sort of category. So what it is they are starseed people, that they're souls. So they can be easily intercepted and taken over. They're like sponges. They're like sponges. So I'm going to say if anything happened to her, that sort of ultra thing. Let's see if there was something else woo-woo going on with her. It's like programmed from way back. Okay. They're telling us a bit, but it's been mainly something to do with programming, and I don't know if it's got something to do with... she hasn't had the proper help. She definitely hasn't had the proper help. So there's a bit of it coming in, but it's not all about that. So there's been, I'm getting it's more demonic, like sort of energy, what's coming in around her because she's been too wide open. But she's been triggered. She's definitely was triggered. So there's things in this world we do not understand. That doesn't mean that, you know, she's been MK ultra'd by the Democrats, or, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that. There's more to it than this. There's something, there's a technology out there that we do not know. And it's the Archon technology. So there will be an uprising and changes coming in for the schools in America. Let me have a look and see if they're going to do anything. So this is a forum for everybody to come in. There's no hatred. That's right, Lance. You've got to understand, all this information, what's been coming out over the last couple of years was an inside attack on America. It really, really was. With the 17th letter of the alphabet, it was done to destroy and rip the bowels out of America. It really was. God almighty. Right, so my fear is, what the cards are saying here, that there's more problems like this to come. There's more problems. It's like the hounds of the Baskervilles are running rampant at the minute. The hound of the Baskervilles, it's like they're running rampant at the minute, trying to manipulate people to do these things. That's that woman what did what she did in Nashville. Was it yesterday? So very, very messed up. Very messed up. It's like she was marked, but it's a technology not from what we know. But also I feel this roots way back with her through our family lineage of problems. But there's a vulnerability to do with children there. And the rainbow children as well. Can you see that little baby there, and it's got like the rainbow in the cup? There's so many beautiful children coming onto this earth plane now, but they're very ascended. They're very special. And they are, here is the new inventors, the new scientists, the new doctors, the new entertainers, the new light workers. Yeah. So the darkness, what's on this planet at the minute, is really getting paid off, shall I say. It does look like it, doesn't it, Hazeltine? It's like they're getting really paid off. So it's making situations happen. It's making situations happen. But what we need to do as a human collective, and this is a hard one, we need to stop blaming other people for this. We need to understand it's going to take time. And it's going to take a long, long time to put the cleanup into the USA. But it goes beyond politics, and I'm telling you this now. Soul Tranter, Christian school, pastor's girl killed. Oh, it's awful. It's called death in the wrong order. And I've brought many murdered children through, from spirit. It's not a pleasant thing, because it's bad enough losing a child anyway, but you're losing them to a situation like that. You don't know what your baby's gone through the last, minutes of their life. It's a horrible situation. There's more events to come in. And that's the illusion card there. So we are being massively tested. We're going to be tested this year. So Jazz 28 just said, how dark is our reality going to get? It's going to get pretty... This is why we've got to do the inner work, and we've got to raise the vibrations. I'll have a look at London for you in a minute. I'm doing this as like the collective. Thank you, Carol. Right, okay. The old system's fallen. instead of them ploughing money into other countries, what they need to be doing is they need to, and weaponry, they need to be getting their horses into gear, and they need to be putting security around all the schools now. Enough's enough. I mean, how many children have to die? Do you know what I mean? That's what needs to be done. With the gun situation in America, I believe that it's going to be some states, and I've said this before in one of my predictions, that some states will go gun free, but not all. It's going to be hard to take the cowboy out of America. Like, it's going to be very, very hard. And I know it's like, you're going back to the forefathers and the rights of the people and stuff like that. But you've got the protection card coming in here, the Fool, you've got the Emperor. But who's to say that there might not be more laws, more forefathers to come in, or more changes to come in? Would I troll on Facebook pestering me to pay for a reading? No, tell them to bugger off. Lance, my brother is a teacher and his school was on lockdown today. Yeah, it's awful, isn't it? Awful. But hats off to the cops, like. Hats off to them cops. Oh my goodness me. Right, so the study cards come out. That's to do with schools. So that's it. You mean, you've got like your family and your partners and everything who are working as teachers as well. But that's the whole educational system needs to be looked into. It does. It needs to be looked into. But like I say, we're at the head of the game over here. We've got a lot of security around our schools. Do you know what I mean? I remember once when Adam was at the college in Newcastle, when he first left school, he went to the college. I don't know what he was doing. He was doing some course, which he didn't like. But anyway, it came on the local news. I don't know if there's any Geordies in here tonight, or UK people remember this. And there was a young man who had made a bomb, and he was about to set it off in the college. And I nearly choked on me bloody coffee when I was watching. I was thinking, oh, me bed. And he come prancing in, and I goes, oh my, because he didn't have a mobile then. I says, what happened? He says, they got him like I was talking to him outside. I says, what? He says, I was talking to the kid outside. I thought, oh my God, where did I get him from? And I thought, oh my God, you know what it is with my son? You could throw him in the Tyne and he would come out holding a salmon. He's so funny. And yeah, so for that moment as a mother, I was really, really worried when it came up on the news. So we do have a lot of security over here. I'm not really Geordie compared to my sons are quite Geordie. Well, very Geordie. So, you know, a little while ago I had said that there's going to be scandals with schools and schools are going to have to change. This might be the start of what's going to be happening. Because if there's any more incidents, I think that you're going to get an uprising with teachers for the kiddies, for the schools. There's going to be people protesting about this. So there's going to be changes coming in. What's happening over here in the UK is that, you know, I say teachers on strike, but I'm also feeling there's a lot of us opting over here in the UK, or, you know, we're doing a lot of homeschooling and stuff like that, because we don't want the kids to be indoctrinated by certain things, you know, that type of thing. So it's the rising of the people. It's not a case of where there's violence. It's just about protests and people speaking, you know, what they want. So everything's wobbling, everything is wobbling. But there's going to be big protests to come, guys, in the USA to do with all of this. Mark my words. And then it might even take to a vote. Let's see if it'll take to a vote. But you'll have the House, won't you, trying to stop it and stuff like that. But there's going to be something what's going to be eventually put into place, unless they can make it stricter, where they can't have anybody who's got mental health near these guns. Well, this is true, Holly D. This is very, very true. So the system needs to change, you know. I liked Elon Musk's, didn't he create some sort of school where his kids go to as well? Or something about he likes that type of thing, where the kids go to these schools and then they bring the best out and the child will find that talent. So they don't go by the full curriculum, that they bring out the best in that child. Is there going to be a voting in the USA eventually for all of this? It might not be when Biden's in mind. A definite yes, it'll be when a woman stands in power. Mark my words. Mark my words. So you could be waiting a few years for that, like, but we've got the ISIS inspiration, and I feel like I've got Mother Mary back again. Psychic glance. Florida is passing the law. I see if it's news every day here. So you've got, I think it's going to come from the people. I think there'll be protests at some point. There'll be a rise of this. Okay? But it may come with the teachers as well. There could be strikes at some point. There needs to be money put into the schools to make them safer. Like security cameras. You know, nobody should be allowed from the public to come onto the grounds of the schools. So it's like the teachers are going to be maybe standing up with the kids. You know, it's for the first time ever. I'm getting that song from, was it Pink Floyd? Is it? Hey, teachers, leave them kids alone. But it's the teachers and the kids coming together in the USA to do with this situation. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. We don't need no education. Schools are going to change. I mean, I normally look on no more than 2-3 years, but I could be looking 5 to 10 years down the line here. Another brick in the wall. Yeah, there's a feminine energy what's trying to get its hands onto America, but it's coming in from out of this visible light. It's that Mother Mary and Isis energy and all the feminine goddesses coming in. And it's like they want to mother the children. They want to heal the land, soften everything, because it's all got out of hand. Do you know what I mean? I'm laughing here at, right, Iname, am I saying that right? Clearly know what happens when you give up gun rights. Communism will be enforced, and it's not living in that again. Well, it happened over here, and you obviously don't know the Brits. I mean, we don't stand for any nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Because they did it to us, you know what I mean? I'm sure it's still in the old laws. I don't even know if they've changed it. But where we live in the north, you know, there's a lot of them still have them, like the farmers and stuff like that. Or gangsters, you know, people running around with them. But you don't have a high rate over here. You know what I mean? Well, at the minute we don't have communism, but they're trying, but it'll not get that far. Not with the Brits. Because we're the original Druids, you know. We're also not just the original Druids, the British people, the English people, you know, God's land. You've got the Scots, you know, they stand no bloody nonsense. And then you've got all the multicultural people coming in who's on this land as well, like the Africans and the Indians and the Pakistans. We're all too superstitious. We're not putting up with communism, but we don't run around with guns, so we're all right. I think it's just, change can be scary, do you know what I mean? Does he work for a high school, Lance, or is he in the little ones? What's not true? But I just think that this is my take on it. Do you know what I mean? High school. That is a good point what Regent Rita's put here, Debbie. We need to stop the guns coming in from the black markets. That is a good point. You have soft socialism in the UK. It's just, I can't explain it. I mean, don't get us wrong. If we wanted to go and get one, we could go and get one. You know that it's very gangland in certain parts of the UK. You can access one if you wanted to access one. But we don't feel the need to have them. Do you know what I mean? And not even the cops. I mean, you're talking, if there was, a little while ago we had this guy called Raoul Moat, and he went on a rampage and he shot a copper. And then they caught him, they got him in the woods and that, and everybody was panicking. He'd had a meltdown. It was a very strange situation. And he was into all of the conspiracies. He had a massive meltdown. And this is long before I come on to YouTube and everything. Can anybody remember that? Raoul Moat. And funny enough, you know, my daughter-in-law's dad was on duty at the time. And he swapped his, because he was a cop, like a traffic cop, and swapped his day with somebody else who got shot. Very strange situation. But anyway, this guy ended up running off into the woods and that. And it was just a weird situation. He was running around with a gun. So it was that point when the cops came in and they had the guns to try to get him. But on a normal daily basis, the cops don't have guns over here. They just walk around. You know, they have like their blinking truncheons or their tasers, or they've got the handcuffs, and that's about it. That's the problem that we have over here, is the acid attacks and the stabbings. But it's a funny old world. It's a funny old world. But I can assure you there'll never be any communism in the United States of America. Just like there won't be in the UK. They're going to try their damnedest over here with the 15-minute cities and everything. But we're two mixed races. They'll if they try over here with that, there'll be an uprising like there is in France. I'm telling you that now. So I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of protests to come. There's going to be a lot of protests to come. So it's part of the old system falling to then rise again and change. But change sometimes can be heavy. So in the meantime, as all this is going on, you've got the cleanup, you've also got things going on behind the scenes, and there's a lot going on to do with the banking system. I wasn't supposed to be doing a blinking world predictions tonight. I was supposed to be talking about other things, but there's a lot happening all at once. So we as a collective, we're sort of feeling it. We're feeling it. And plus we're getting triggered by other people's energies as well. So you've got to get armed with your crystals and get into your salt baths and just try to look after you. Yeah. Even with our loved ones, we can get triggered. But France, I mean, the French know how to do it, don't they? You know. And they're playing it down. They're not telling people on the news how bad it is. They're saying it's thousands. It's millions of people, actually. We need to pamper ourselves more. Yeah, so at some point it's inevitable there's going to be changes to come into the USA to do with schools. I'm telling you that now. And I think there'll be a woman who will take it forward to try to push for something going to... Is it where you would go to push it for the courts? Is that Congress, or push something to go forward? There's two women. There's two. She's got a blue dress on, so she's a Democrat. I'm just telling you the way it is, the way I see it. But she's got a red trim. Could be Cheney or somebody like that. But then you've got another woman coming in, and she's a green woman. She's a green woman. So there's going to be a lot of this by the summer. Sometimes I can read a year out, so if it doesn't happen this summer, it'll happen into next summer. 15-minute cities, I'll have a look. I live in a village, which is like 5-10 minutes away into the country, but also 20 minutes in the car, if that, to the town. But we've got ganglands here, you know, we've still got it all going on. I actually used to own a gun. Long story. I don't have it now. The peace. So, like I said, all of this change is going on around the globe, and the changing way, like I said when I did me looking glass, so that they're going to make the whole world more green and change it, and then they're going to bring all this new technology in. As this is happening, right, the USA is in the centre of it, staging the almighty sort of drama of the dramas, where everybody's switching and they're going into all this new technology. The USA is still fighting on. So it's going to take time. But you've got the peace here. I don't believe for 1 minute that the 15-minute cities will take off. They'll come up with something else. They're not going to take off. They're going to try it. They're going to try it across Europe, France, the UK. They'll try it. But they're going to come up with other solutions. So you've got the lovers cards here. So to me, that's like peace will reside. But I want to see after 2 Christmases. Oh, God. So we've got Christmas 2023, Christmas 2025, 2024, 2025, 2025. Newcastle is definitely on the list for 15-minute cities, but I won't participate. And there'll be a lot who will not participate. They're going to try, but I don't think it's not going to last. There's going to be more trouble with the truckers as well. I'm saying this. There's more trouble with the truckers. Knight of Cauldrons. That's a young Republican guy. And I don't know if he's come in yet. He may come in by the summer. And I've talked about this young man. He's got like mousy brown hair. Excuse me. He's got mousy brown hair. And he's going to be interesting. So it could be like a new candidate for the future. What about them trying to keep us in our zones? It's like cattle, isn't it? There'll be an uprising. Well, look what happened in Oxfordshire. They're all kicked off, didn't they? It's not going to work. I'm telling you, there's going to be, I've said this before, there's going to be amnesty on the streets, there's going to be marching, there's going to be protests in the UK. So they gloss it over. Do you know what I mean? They definitely gloss it over. But it won't work. I wonder if they're going to try something else. It's what Soul Tranter says. Doing an attack in London to force the emergency alert. Of course there'll be an uprising. Me, I'm going to go and get my truck's license, and I'm going to get the massive, big, fattest, hugest truck, and I'm going to drive it from the top of the UK to the bottom, up and down, up and down. Just to wind them up. It's not going to work. There'll always be events and there'll always be worry. Let's see if there's anything. I'd have to do some remote viewing for that. There's, like I say, we're too mixed. It's too multicultural here, and there would be an absolute. You think France is bad? The Brits would just top it. I'm telling you. They're going to try sneaking stuff into Europe as well. But like I said, how you've got the bad lot, you've also got the good lot, and there's like good people trying to think, okay, well, we'll try something else. There's great, crazy weather to come, but you can't hold humanity down because we are the experiment what's now it's got out of hand for them, and they know that they're actually scared of it, to be fair. You've got nothing to worry about. They are going to try and trap different people in different sections of the UK, but it won't work. There'll be an uprising. Try that with the Scots, and I mean, good God, the Scots will just, you'll hear them from the other side of the world. There's just no way they're going to get away with it. But I do believe that they are trying to do something, that they're not telling us something what's going on with the weather, and they are manipulating the weather. So we're going to have some crazy weather this year, and they are trying to move more green onto the planet, but they can't trap us in, so they're going to have to come up with new ideas. There'll be other new ideas. It's a massive remodeling we're having on this planet at the minute. It's a massive remodeling. And it's like, I think what they should be doing is they should be looking into the bloody plastic. Never mind trying to trap people into the houses. They need to be getting rid of the plastic, you know what I mean? What the supermarkets are producing with all, like the massive cartons of milk, which isn't good for your health. Exactly, Maggie. Pharmaceutical as well. So it makes you wide open. Anything that you take what messes with your brain, it leaves you wide open to the negative energies out there, and you can be easily triggered. Exactly. Trapping people will not work. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But they do, you know, if they're serious about cleaning the planet up, they need to get rid of the plastic. Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. It's going to take at least 2 years to sort all this out. One of the greatest movies of all time, exactly. So people have asked us about, you know, they're trying to like reduce the population. I think there's going to be a baby boom. I really do. Queen of Wands is like fertility. So why would I get that? Because I know we had a baby boom after the last lockdowns, didn't we? I'm wondering if there's going to be something else like that coming in. You know, I had all these lockdown babies were conceived. So I'm going to look into that. So the schools is a must. That needs to change. They need to make it safer for the kids. There's an uprising with the people, a lot of protests, a lot of different strikes coming in. There's massive changes going on with the banking system. We could have a massive heat wave. Hiya, David. We could have a massive heat wave this summer. So how we've had extreme cold, which I do believe we'll get by the end of the year. I also believe that there's going to be like extreme heat to come. So get your fans in, or if you haven't got your aircon, or, you know, get all these things in. So Liam here in the audience, my daughter was a lockdown baby. So there's something else coming. Let me see. Got the bullseye here. So if they try to put the UK into another lockdown, there'll be an uprising as well, especially after the last boss. So I don't know if it's to do with that or it's to do with something completely different. Okay. There's Putin. Actually looks a bit like him. All right. It's supposed to be woo now night. I'm just seeing what's going on. Okay. So I think that there could be like sort of cybery internet attacks, that type of thing. I want to say there's something definitely sort of strange what's happening now, but I think that's to do with the banking system. But I'm also feeling by the summer into the no later than the autumn, we could have something, well, it could have what, like on the edge of the seat, but it'll be all right. But I think where there could be like sort of intermittent sort of outages, that type of thing. Cyber's coming through more than nuclear. But there's going to be a lot of babies to be... I mean, you've got to think about it. Can you imagine if the internet went down and people wouldn't be able to go online, would they? So if there was blackouts as well, you know what I mean? So... But I also feel there's going to be more rights coming in for the people and more help for parents. More help for parents. Fathers getting, not just mothers, fathers getting paternity leave off the government. There's going to be a lot of changes coming in. I'm actually saying the Tory party is going to fall very soon. There's going to be a lot of changes to do with the Tory party. And there will be voting. There will be voting. Oh, that's nice, Liam. Me and my girlfriend are having a baby boy in June. Oh, that's so lovely. Yeah, that his little heartbeat at 27 weeks. Oh, God bless you. And I believe your baby's such a special little boy, you know. I see him with a football in his hand. You know, he's going to be like into his football and stuff like that. But he's going to be a sensitive little boy as well. Okay. Yeah, we're going through a shift over. So how we're feeling poorly is because we're dealing with our own shit. And we're ascending, so we're feeling what's going on out there. Okay? We've got strange weather things going on. You know, the systems, we're watching it fall and change. So everyone's worried about their economy and everything. They're worried about their freedom. So what we've got to do is we've got to raise the vibration. We've got to raise the vibration. So, and do the inner work on ourselves. That's what we need to do. Don't feed into this loosh, what's out there. Because the loosh is going to be very heavy, you know. It's going to get very heavy. And I don't even want to go there to do with the next election. It's going to be extremely heavy in the USA. So I want to say, do the inner work on yourselves. Everything's about, as Maggie says, everything's about vibration. Everything's frequency. Everything's energy. The kingdom of heaven is within us. The kingdom of heaven is within us. And we've got to watch what we are consuming. Do you understand? So there's the yin and the yang. Like I say, I've said this before, you can't have the light without having the dark. But there she is, and she's balanced, and she's got the nature around her. So this is like we are all awakening to who we truly are. So she's at one. She's the high priestess. She's balanced with nature. She knows her powers. She knows she's capable of good. She knows she's capable of bad. She walks within the center. She's balanced. And that's what's happened. This planet has become out of balance. Or should I say, humanity has become out of balance. I didn't realise you'd published 3 books there, Lance. So we've got to be careful what we're consuming. Now, that's not just about us eating and drinking. That's about what we are watching, what we are feeling. You know, try not to watch the news when you're eating your evening meal because it's putting that energy on. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Lance. Bless you. So, you know, I recommend comedy or something light or nature programs, anything just to keep you uplifted. Because they're trying to tie us up in knots. That's what they're trying to do. But remember, they will not change. We're going to change. We're going to change how we react. And then that's how you create new earth. That's how you do it. If you're feeding into everything, you know, it's never going to change it. Unless you want to do something about it. So Ireland is in a shift. So bad here. No services for kids. No school places. Absolute dreadful. Exactly. But what we've done as humanity is we've given away our power to the politicians. When really it takes a group of people to get together to form something to change it as well. That's how my ancestor Joseph Rowntree changed politics for women in the UK. He was the one that pushed forward for women to vote. But he wasn't a politician before then. He got into it because, you know, he wanted to create jobs and stuff like that. And he opened the chocolate factory. So it takes, for us, I'm not saying we'll all go and open a blinking factory or go to Parliament or whatever, but, you know, it's about doing what you need to do for your community. It's about we're all on our own journeys. We're all on our own journeys. But where we have been as a collective over the last couple of years is not been in a very good place. And I say this with seriousness. Because we've thought we've been awakened. But what's happened is it's like people have got trapped into psyops and it's actually tied them up in knots. It hasn't helped with that ascension. And then they've gone off into this woo-woo sort of situation, you know, like crazy stuff what's being said. You know, like Diana's alive and Melania's Diana in a rubber mask and all of this silliness what's being said. And if you question it to them and you say, no, that's not true, they actually get very, very upset about it because what happened is they sort of awakened and then they got sucked into something. It was psyops, which was sent off through agents into these truth communities. All right, it's nobody is immune to what can be done, to the evil what's out there. So only us can change it. You've got to do your own inner work. Clones and Elvis is alive. Yeah, loads of different things, isn't it? It's silly. Do you know what I mean? And this is why it's been a hard one for me to stand on my own. But anybody who's worth their salt will tell you you've got to do your own inner work. And it was so easy to get wrapped up in all of that as well. It was so easy. You know what I mean? But we're going to be all right. Remember, everybody is awakening and ascension is different as well. For some unknown strange reason, what happened within the truth community as well is like, oh, you're not awakened unless you think Trump's coming back and Trump's the Messiah. But it's not about Trump. This is about humanity. This is about, you know what I mean? This is about us saving the day. But Ace of Swords is a cut through. We are coming through it. You love the jumper. It's not a jumper, it's like a blouse. Thank you. There's been so many lies and psyops. I don't even want to go there with the election, but because I just think that it's a crazy one. It's a crazy one. She always reminds us of like the Statue of Liberty, where she's fallen and then she's rising again. But it's inevitable there's going to be technology, great technology, to come onto this planet. No human is a saviour. Exactly. I look like Snow White. Everybody keeps saying that. When I was little, I did. No politicians can. We've looked out of the box and we've looked at people, and some people have had some people on pedestals. Do you know what I mean? And if you actually knew, you know, who was deep state, you'd be very, very shocked. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's no such thing as one side's not and one side is. It's like it's mixed on both sides. But I love this star card. It will get better, but it's going to get worse before it gets better. Okay? There's victory. Victory is coming. What about the social credit system? That they're doing that now to it. Well, they are over here. It's going to take a few years to balance out. Next, people will be seeing, because she's a lesbian, she's the devil. Yeah. Exactly. It's about us all being individuals and fighting for what we believe in, but doing it in the correct way. New laws are coming to America, like, it's definitely going to change. That's going to be the hardest one out of the whole globe. And I actually thought it would be somewhere like Afghanistan, where the Taliban are, and no, it's the actual USA. I just think we need to prep. We're in this sort of 9th gate. We're going through this 9th gate. So I'm going to have a break, and I'm going to see if I can connect with Jazz for you to see what's going on for the future of his like. Or I'm going to see who I get, which is like that. There's a song, you know, and it's Time by Anuka. She's a Ukrainian artist. Time by Anuka. And it's like a video song, you know, and she's singing about the fall and then the rise of humanity. I love that song. It's very futuristic. Do you want raw? I feel a feminine energy coming in tonight. You never know. I don't know who it is. Jazz has been around, but there's a feminine energy. Raw's off doing important things tonight, I think, guys. The Knight of Cups. Yeah, definitely check that song out. It's like futuristic. Anuka, which is Onuka, Ukrainian artist, blonde woman. And it's Time. Amazing. Amazing. Marilyn. Just have to see. I can't pull. It's just whoever's there. But I listened to Swana L. Francis on YouTube. She was channeling Queen Elizabeth. We've all been programmed. Yeah. So part of empowerment actually is speaking what you feel. Because there's so many cliques of different cults. So if you don't go in with our tribe, you're not awoke. Oh, bugger off. I'll do what I want to do because I'm a woman what stands on my own. And we all need to be standing on our own and saying what we need to say. And always question. Always question. Keep your power. That's what it's all about. Do you know what I mean? The Page of Swords. God bless the little children. You want that as a gift? Laughter's a good thing as well. We will be okay. So don't feed into this fear. That's what I want to say. Because everything's frequency, everything's energy. The more we laugh, the more we raise the vibrations, the more we shift it quicker. Oh, did you like the channel I did of Diana? Well, you never know who's going to come through tonight. Let us go and have a little break. I love that victory. It's like everything's going to be okay. Always say that your cup is half full, not half empty. You know who I've been connecting with as well, and I'm going to do a video on it properly, is I got it just briefly coming through, was Mama CAS from Mamas and Papas, isn't it? Californian Dreamin', that one. Mama CAS. She's been helping taking the children through, by the way. That big smock dress. Mamas and Papas. Just come in with that big smock dress. Californian Dreamin'. And she's helping the babas over on the other side, the kids. Something about that woman I like. She was different. So there'll be a lot of Mama CASs over there in this spirit world, in the nurseries, looking after these children, you know. Because some, like I said to you before, some of them are spirit beings in a meat suit. So she was a performer, she would have had fairy elemental, but she may have also had earth angel in her as well. Steffi Fern, could I please request a reading? Yes, you can messages on Facebook on where you are. You can messages, but I'm also doing free answers, questions Thursday night. Live on here. Right, so give us a few minutes, okay? Free readings today? No, not today. Thursday night I'm doing a phone in on readings. You can get like answer stuff then. So give us a few minutes, and if the Betty and Bobby music does your head in, just turn it down and I'll not be long. I'm going to go and get a juice, especially if I'm going to be channeling in the minute, okay? Not be long. Okay, give us a 5 you can hear us. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Might have a bit of a time delay on YouTube. Hello, everybody. Lou, you may need your help. Someone in the chat is in need. Can you give us the question? Who is it? We need to stop the hatefulness. Definitely so. Who is it? Ask us the question now. What can I do for you? Is it private, or would you like to answer? Oh dear. Right. Where do you live? Which area do you live? And then I can send you some healing out, and maybe so you can email us as well. Right, okay. How long has it been there for? Should we do it now, live, with everybody in the group? Would you like that? You're in where? Cincinnati? Where's that? I'm terrible with geography. Where's that? Would you prefer to email us? We can do it now because we've got some clairvoyants in Ohio. We could do your emergency one now for you, if that helps. Would you like that? So for tonight, to block it? Could you give us your first name? Don't need your Christian name. What is your first name? We have a lot of power in this group. Jade. Okay, sweetie. Okay, and do you live on your own, or is there any other people in the house? Do you live on like one level? Whoa, mamma mia. Should we do this for her? Okay, right, okay. Do you have like lightish hair, Jade? I'm just trying to zone in with you. Let's dim the lights. You're newly ascended and you kind of protect yourself fully. What star sign are you? Hi, Muse Master. Right, we've got some very powerful healers in this audience. I do know them. I'll not say their names unless they want to. Capricorn, okay. And are they coming daily, or are they coming just in your sleep? Okay. Can you lie on the couch as we're doing this? It's laughing. Okay. Right, this is going to be heavy stuff, this, mind, guys. If we do get cut off any other stations, it'll be because I don't think so. Right, okay. Right. Okay. Let's all join hands. Michael, I need your help. Let's join this circle now. All my healers in the audience tonight, let's all hold this space. Let's all join a circle around the world to put healing and protection around Jade. So you have small children and a demanding husband who doesn't approve of my beliefs. Okay. So what I want you to do, Jade, for the next week, I don't want you to try to keep grounded. Try not to watch anything too woo-woo, anything what upsets you. Do not watch the news, okay? What I want you to do is have some salt baths. Try to eat well, because if you go into that panic, you spiral out of control. If you have an ads, you'll not get ads if you subscribe. Wait a minute, I'll wait for the ads to go. Okay. Tell us when the ads have come off. Let's wait. Right, okay. Are you taking any medication? Just I need to know what you're taking. There's been a shaman, so we can bypass stuff. Okay. I asked Michael to come into this phone room tonight to put protection around our whole circle and to put protection of light around Jade. Okay. Who's in this phone room tonight, who goes by the name IWHTAN 86. Right, I'm going to say the Lord's Prayer before I start, okay? Like an old say it, you can say it, or you can just say it in your head. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, for we forgive those who trespass against us, and deliver us from all evil. For thy is the kingdom, the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Right, Jade. I'm seeing you with lightish brown hair or lightish hair. What colour? Is that the colour of the hair that you have? Let's see if she sees answers. I ask all my spirit guides, Jade, White Buffalo, Star, Lady Direwolf, to come in to protect me and my circle tonight as we remove these demonic energies out of Jade's energy space, what should not be there. Right, I'm coming in around her. Okay. Right, I'm going to bring Zachar in. He's my little insecticide being who removes entities. Now, I want you to try and shut your eyes, Jade. And I want you to visualise this funny little man. You'll show yourself as humanoid. And sometimes he comes in with a brown sort of doctor's bag. He's not very big. He's got like fairish blonde hair. Like a sort of a little oval face, big blue eyes. He's got very long fingers. I don't know if anybody can visualise this as you are sitting there with your higher self. It doesn't matter if you can't. And I'm going to do some channeling. Okay, he says he could remove this. He says there's three. There's definitely three. Right, without sounding cheeky, at the back of your property, have you got a bit of a messy back garden? So it's quite longish at the back of your yard, the back garden. Where's she gone? Okay, I'm just going to do some channeling. Alright, he wants to work on you. He wants you to try and relax. He's going to come in around your aura. You're too open at the top of your chakra. Right, wait a second. I just want you to relax, put your head back. If you're sitting on a couch or lying down or in a chair. So every time you get that horrible voice in your head, you see out. This is what Spirit wants you to do. This is what Zachar says you need to do. And then think the opposite. So say like if you've got this demon coming in and he's saying do this or say this or whatever, say out and then think the opposite of something that you love or you cherish. All right, so we need the disconnection. This is what we're aiming at tonight for Jade. Right, okay. Now I'm working, I've got Lance in the audience, he's a psychic, and I've got Debbie there as well. So I'm sort of seeing that I'm working with their higher selves. So I'm standing in the room with Jade. I'm coming in, even though I'm talking to you through this, I'm working with my higher self. Tani katai kwa mama sita wona. Hayo mani. Right, Zacho is pulling something out of his brown doctor's bag, and it looks like a sharp sort of scapular knife. And we can see 3 energy cords. This is so strange. He's asking Lance if he wants to cut this cord. Do you want to cut this cord, Lance? If you can visualize it. If not, I can do it. Debbie, you are standing with a great big feather. Right, you cut that. We are cutting the negative entities, energies from on-world, off-world, negative entities. We are cutting them away. No demonic entities or energies can attach to Jade. No nanotechnologies. We are going to put some... He's putting something through the top of your head. You might feel some pressure here. He's putting like a little sort of catheter through. You might feel some tickling energy. He's just checking all your chakras. So you're very open on the top. You're under a lot of pressure. You're not eating properly, Jade. You need to start eating to keep yourself grounded. You're feeding the kids. You're not feeding yourself. Okay, we'll see something in between your shoulder blades. So Zacha's putting like this funnel in, and he's like pulling it off. It's going to put like a natural anti-gen in for no negative entities or attachments, no octopuses, on-world, off-world. Okay, we've got Michael coming in. So we've got one of them contained. You have no right. Get away from her now. Release. Right. Seal them in some sort of glass compartment. One of them is a very distressed soul. It's a male. Kusina masina mako yana mako mayamo sinayo. Hayo yana mako yamo. Hashayo ino. Hoyana moko. Haisana mako yino. Hosana mako minazana. Okay. Koyaramo yonina sananamo koyaramo. Hoyaramo. Hisasa. Shuso. I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel. This is 2 male and a female. The woman looks like a crone type of person, like a... It's attached to your husband. Debbie, do you want to assist me with this? Kusa Hayasha Hisa Kusenama. We are cutting the negative energies away from your husband. It's like a winged serpent thing. female reptilian energy. Contain them now, Michael. Contain them now. You have no right to be in Jade's space. This is against the universal law. I ask you now all to leave. Michael will take you through to the light. Just going to pack up your husband in between his shoulder blades. This is just like an emergency release. Our Father who art in heaven, thy be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, for we forgive those who trespass against us, and deliver us from all evil. For thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. We're filling your living rooms, your rooms full of smoke, like a smudging. And Zatcha's putting like antiseptic spray around it all, so releases all nanotechnology, no interference from any off-world, on-world beings, no demonic energies, no jinns. They are all going. Any lost souls are taken through to the light. Michael taken through. Satchel's just putting some fluid through you to protect you and to calm it down. It's like a all natural off-world medicine, plant medicine, and this is going to calm your nerves down. It's going to help. Just shutting down the top. You've watched something on the internet what's done something to you and it's left it wide open. It was some male that you were watching. Does that make sense? Just shutting it down. Yeah. Maybe you were watching something on television or something you were watching. Everything's natural what they're placing inside of you. Natural antibiotics, natural antigens against any negative entities or energies. Nothing can attach to Jade. We're moving it out of the house now, spraying the whole house. Spraying your husband. I don't know what they're doing now. They're bringing a funnel and it's sucking out all these sort of beetle things. You are not allowed in any of our spaces. Go through. Michael, take them through to the light. I thank you, Michael. I thank you, Gabriel. I thank you, Raphael. I thank you, Uriel. I ask Lord and Lady Moon, the goddess, to come in to protect us all. They'll contain them and taking them away. They'll dispose them in the universe, decide what they're going to do to them. They will be healed if they need to be healed. One's an off-world being. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's been removed. Tomorrow you need to put salt at the end of your garden, the end of your yard. Like a circle of salt at the end of your garden and salt down inside your threshold, outside your threshold, back door, front door, along all windowsills, and it'll just push away all negative energy and have a salt bath. Okay, I'm just asking. Michael is spraying with like this antiseptic all over all for who's been in this room. It's like a cleansing so we don't take on that energy. It's been given to Lance, been given to Debbie, it's been given to me. Jade and her husband are protected, and our children. Salt, you need salt around your house tomorrow. Our Father who art in heaven, thy be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, for we forgive those who trespass against us, and deliver us from all evil. For thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Right, Zatchar now is put some solution through you. He's wrapping up, looks like beautiful blue bandages around from the top of your crown chakra right down to your toes, like a baby blue. It's putting that into your physical aura, and then he's putting baby pink into your rainbow aura, and then into your outer aura. You've got your physical, your rainbow, and your outer aura. He's putting like a lovely, brilliant white, reflective energy. Please eat properly. Please drink plenty water. Please do not watch anything negative. You might need to have more inner work, but that's an emergency clearing that you've had tonight. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Michael, Uriel, Raphael, Gabriel. Thank you. Amen. Lots of water. Thank you guys for helping on that. I just did that. We'll do emergency stuff if we have to, but like I say, if it persists, it shouldn't. You're going to need some healing to get stronger. Let's see how you go. Jade, how do you feel, sweetie? Do you want to get up and walk around the room and tell us if you feel a little bit shorter? Because what Zatchar oh, thank you, Zatchar. He wants to say something to you. He says you are a very sensitive soul, Jade, and you have to work at your inner grief and let go of the abuse. He's patched up your holes, but there needs to be more work done. You're very patched up. And your husband will act different tomorrow as well. What's that woman demon called? Jezebel. It was like that attached to him. Just release this. Like a Jezebel thing. Which has gone anyway. And then there was a thing with like a big alien thing that went with loads of legs. Interesting, Debbie, because Debbie's also channels RB, Running Bear, and she gave me a marvellous message. I've got some marvellous spiritual friends, and she gave us a lovely message from RB last night, didn't you, or the night before? Do you want to burn some incense, Lance? Did you see it too? Yes. It's like someone off Stranger Things, wasn't it? Because the portals are open, so we've got to be extra careful with being protected. Well, Jezebel was trying to attach to her husband, so you should notice your husband will be a little bit different now. So, give me a few minutes. What else does he want to say to you? Thank you. Thank you. He's calling us star beings. Star sisters, brothers of the light. You are all here to do and play your part on earth. We are all like you. We are your cousins. We are your cousins and brothers and sisters. We are all the same. Have faith. Have faith. And be strong, you warriors of the light. This is Zatchar from the Galactic Federation. I must report back to Judy now. Goodbye. I can smell smoke as well. I can smell smoke. It's Hawaiian black lava salt. Wow. I just need to rinse my hands. For Debbie and Lance, can you go and rinse your hands with cold water? Because that's what you've got to do after you've done that. Let's go and rinse my hands with cold water. That'll be 2 minutes. Thank you, Zatchar. I always do that after I've done spiritual work. It's like spiritual cleanliness, hygiene. Go and rinse your hands, Lance. Go and rinse your hands, Debbie. Just rinse them under cold, icy water. And it just... yeah. So give us 5 minutes and then we'll see what we can do. Strange night, guys, eh? How's Jade feeling now? Where's she gone? I had to use Aqua de Flora. What's that? That sounds lovely. Soul Tantra. Aqua de Flora Quiro. Any of you in the audience, you can rinse your hands with cold water if you want. It's just something I do and it just releases it in case there's any residues. It was pretty intense, that, wasn't it? I do this on a daily basis for people, you know. I'm a shaman healer. I do galactic I work with Zatchar a lot. He does the Akashic records for people. He gets people into trance. We're having an hour session with him. It's nice, you know. And he's got devices he sticks into you to remove. I remove trackers, government trackers from people, and all sorts of things, you know. The 5 planets align tonight. Hi, can you give me a reading? Not tonight. I'm not doing any, but I will be doing... if you want to have a personal reading, you can email us on Facebook, Margaret. I'll get back to you tomorrow. I do Reiki. I incorporate that, but I fell into this really, really strange. So I'm trained Reiki, I'm a trained shaman, and then I started to connect with the star races, and then they started to come in. And I do galactic operations. He does operations on people. Yeah, it's really strange. I remove all sorts of things. So the sessions normally take an hour and a half. You know, it's interesting. But there's a lot of these demonic things flying about at the minute. I had to remove 3 off a child the other night. So they are about. But is she still there, Jade? Washed and incensed, good. I smell lemon. That's good. That's good. And how's Jade feeling now? I might get on one of these galactic other guys in, because you can't plan it when you start channeling. But because I've had Zatchar in, I might get somebody else in, like Shola in the minute. So just wait the second. You can also contact us through email. I've spent nearly all day clearing on my emails. I go around from different sources to clear out things. Oh, that sounds nice, Johnny. Peach pie. Jade was releasing tears. Very good. That's really good. I'm just going to clear this a bit. Yeah, they'll deal with them. I'd never ask Michael what he does with them, you know. They do all sorts, you know. Because some can be healed, you know. And some are just released, taken somewhere. Facebook, my business Facebook, Louise Jones Medium Clairvoyant, which is on Facebook, which you can get in all the links of all my videos on YouTube and that. And then email as well. Oh, Michael's a tough one, like. Michael's a tough one. But you mustn't be afraid, you know what I mean? That can be easily removed. It's just like, imagine if you've got your house and you leave your front door open and people started coming in off the street, all Tom, Dicks and Harrys. You wouldn't allow it, would you? It's the same with your aura space, right? So once we start to awaken and we communicate and we realise what's going on, you've got to be in control there. You're the one with the driving wheel. You're the one in the driving seat, should I say. Don't allow anybody to come into your space if you don't like them. Because once you awaken, you can connect with anything, absolutely anything. But if it feels good, it's good. If it doesn't feel good, it's not. And you know when it's not, all right? But they can easily be removed. But you've got to find the power within you, Jade, to say, I do not accept this. So you need to get into meditation. That's what I would recommend. Keep yourself grounded. Learning who your guardian angel is and your guides. And find your faith, basically. I work with Michael a lot. He's one of the ones I work with quite a lot, actually. But it's quite an interesting subject. It can go so deep. You can go on and on and on, you know. And there's all sorts of weird creatures and things out there. If we come out of this physical world, there's all sorts of things, you know. Good, bad and ugly, you know. You can invoke all the angels in. I've said this before. You always say, I invoke Archangel Michael. You say it 3 times. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. Let's do it for Jade tonight. Please protect her home, her children, her husband, herself from all negative entities or energies, and say whatever you want. Then you say, always say this afterwards with love and light, love and light, love and light. And what he'll do is he'll automatically put protection around your whole home and protect you against anything nasty. And I would recommend anybody who is worried about in the States to send their children to school. You say the prayer of invocation of Michael before they go out the door. You can say it when you're driving. You can say it out loud. You can whisper it. You can say it in your head. So you would say, I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. And then say, please protect, say your kid's name. Keep them safe, well, happy. Bring them home safe, happy, well. Keep them away from all negative energies. Keep them away from evil. Protect them. Say whatever you want. That's your bit. Then always say with love and light, love and light, love and light. And Michael will protect them. You can ask. Gabriel likes to help. Raphael likes to help. Gabriel's good for your love life. Also for healing. Yes, you know, Hecate is a multi-protector cosmic guide. Yes, I've worked with him before as well. That's to do with their karma as well, isn't it? Because I have done Egyptian magic before and rituals. Don't ask me how I found out I could do that, but I just did. And I think it's something what was coming through once I was doing this shaman session with a few shamans, and I went into like this sort of ritual thing, and I was working with a Kate. What does the love and light reputation do? It just seals it. You must say that 3 times and you'll come in. I can guarantee you'll come in. I don't know if I've told you this tale before, but quite a while ago, when Luke and Georgette were living here, my son and daughter-in-law, before they got their first apartment, they had gone to this club this night and I didn't want them to go out. It's true, this tale. And I pleaded with them and they said I was just being silly, you know what I mean? So anyway, they went, and it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. I was in here and I was pacing the floor. So I started to invoke the Archangel Michael. Anyway, about 20 minutes, half an hour later, they burst through the door. They'd got a taxi, they'd got out of the club. And precisely at that point when I was invoking the angel, look, they were standing in this jam-packed club, all the music's going, all the young'uns were there. And Georgette felt like this need to just get him away. And she felt something push her, and it pushed Luke, and it pushed them out of the way. And at that point where they got pushed out the way, this other lad in the spot got stabbed in this club, in this nightclub. And they felt this force just push them out the club. They actually thought it was me. This is, my God, my mother's a witch. And I says, no, it was Michael. And Michael had intercepted. So they listen to us now, you know. So Michael loves to help the young ones, and he loves to protect the children, especially teenagers and the young ones. But Michael will protect the little ones as well. So you can invoke an angel in for anything. So say like if you're in a car park and you're going to the shopping mall and you can't get a car parking space, you just say, I invoke the angel of car parking spaces, and say it 3 times. And then say with love and light, love and light, love and light. And I will guarantee you will get a car parking space. The love being asked. Remember, there's millions and trillions of light angels, and they'll help you. I felt the energy in the group. It was amazing. Could you feel the energy? Definitely. I think that me, Lance and Debbie would work quite well there. We could do more group things like that, shouldn't we? Should get you on as a guest. Because I can do guest multi-stream as well, you know. Don't know how. I'd have to work it out. Like, could you try it one night? But we'll not talk politics. We'll talk all spiritual stuff. So, yeah, angels will help you for anything. Absolutely anything. Angels for money. There's angels for your love life. My mother's got this amazing, big, thick angel book. It's about that. It's massive. I'll have to see if I can lend it off. I actually lend us it for one night. And I do have another angel book upstairs. Lance, can you get your mum's actual email as you know, Facebook? No. I've never really looked into that. Rachel is my name. But what I do understand, because I've got a friend who is transgender. I'll not say her name, but she went through the operation, couldn't go through it all because it was too painful. She had like the boobs off and she couldn't go any further, so she just left it at that. It's a bit different over here in the UK. They don't seem to push it from young. You've got to go through a lengthy process over here. Do you know what I mean? But she's resigned herself to the fact that people think she's a lesbian, but she's not a lesbian. If you met her, you would say she's a bloke because she's a bloke. My understanding as a shaman, I think that sometimes souls are born into the wrong body. But the thing is, right, because remember, we're spirit beings in a meat suit. And if you knew me, friend, you would know what I mean. But I think that it's got a bit out of hand when you get these sort of dark individual doctors who are trying to do it from young kids, and it's got out of hand, hasn't it? It's got out of hand. But I know quite a few people who've had it done. I know another guy who was called Paul, and now he's Patsy. But I think it's different with a man to change them into a woman. Because one thing you can't change, even if they've had the hormonal things, it's, well, some do, but with the guy I know, you can still see like his Adam's apple and stuff like that. But there you go. There you go. It's harder to make a thingy, and this sounds a bit disgusting, but it's harder to make a one of them, like a man's one, than the other way around. Very extreme, isn't it? But it should be a personal choice. It should just be a personal. It should be something it should be up to that individual. It should be protected. That's my belief. But at the same time, it shouldn't be pushed onto other people. And one thing I do not agree with is when it goes into, you've got that man, wasn't you? It was in Scotland or something, and then he got convicted for rape, and he was going to go to jail, and then he changed into a woman to go into a woman's prison. I mean, that was bloody ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? P.S. Morgan did videos on it and all of that, and here who was in Scotland, that was her downfall because she stuck up for it, didn't she? I think that we need to protect women, definitely so, but I also think men have a right too. Do you know what I mean? Men do have a right too. But like I say, I'm from the LGBTQ, whatever it is, you know what I mean? It's, I believe everyone has a right. But some people are my friend was very private about it. But some people are in the face about it. I can't get in the face, you know, I don't understand the in the face people, but hey ho, everyone's different, aren't they? But I believe that's how, it's, for example, you've got in the truth community when we started to awaken, people were saying, oh my God, I'm a Palladian, oh my God, I'm a Lyrian, what am I? And I'm going to do a soul thingy for you one night, if you's like, so I can, maybe so we could have a phone in, and I could, if you wanted to ask what your Akashics is, like part of your Akashics, I can do all of that. So if you're recognising that you are a Palladian soul, so be it. Because you know you are. So put yourself in that transgender's shoes for once. If they recognise in themselves as a man or a woman, they know they are. It's the same thing, isn't it? It's like, you could look at it like that. Yeah, I think that it's just gone too far with some of it. But I would have said the process the people I've known, it takes years to sort out. So I don't understand how it's what they're doing over in the US and what's going on there. It's crazy, isn't it? It's a good view for trans, isn't it? It's like, so you've got people in the truth community and they'll say, oh, I've recognised myself as a fairy. I'm a fairy elemental. And if somebody says, no, you're not, I'll say, well, you know that, you know, you're right. You know, I've got friends who recognise themselves as Palladians, or I've got another friend who she knows she's an earth angel, and she is an earth angel. So if somebody said, well, you know you're not that, you would know they're wrong. So it's the same for that person who believes they're another gender. It's the same thing. If you want to look at it spiritually, you could look at it like that. Just my take on it. But it's something that you just can't go into half-heartedly, because once it's done, it's done. And like I said, my friend went halfway and she couldn't go the full way. Couldn't. So if you want to connect with us for a reading, you can email us. I'll put the links in the description on YouTube. After this, I'm going to edit it. But it's Louise Jones. So it's Louise, Louise, .m.jones@hotmail.com. You can also contact us at Louise Medium Clairvoyant on Facebook, which I'll put the link in the description of the video. And you can private messages there. Yeah. So obviously I'll not get back to you tonight, but I will try and get back to you tomorrow. I normally get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. Wow, Fairchild. So Fairchild on YouTube. I come from all the evil royal lines of the elites. My mum and dad direct lines to 2 sets of Egyptians. Wow. But you see what I mean? It's like, that's something else. People say, oh, they're a Rothschild or whatever. But you know what I mean? It's just, you can't look at things in black and white because you've got good and bad in all families. Do you know what I mean? I've gone really, really tired after doing that for Jade. I don't think I can even channel, guys, I'll be honest with you. I don't see a little prayer. Is anybody to come through? No. Because it goes warped. If I go too tired, it goes warped. They're all sitting there waiting in the wings. I've got Mama CAS. Do you want to say something, Mama CAS? You know, she's going to come through another time. She's got the children. Be helping the children, Mama CAS. I have all the children. I have all the children. How you doing, CAS? Doing just fine. Just fine. She wants to at some point talk about food, what she struggled with. And of course I've channeled Karen Carpenter before, and she's talked about the issues with food. Mama CAS. She embraced her buxomness, being buxom. She said she was very unhappy. But she was in power for women and women's rights. But not too much. Not too much. She liked the balance. Mama CAS liked the balance, she's saying. Great change to come to the USA, she's saying. And Mama CAS is saying she supported somebody in California for she got a little bit into politics. I don't know if that's true or not. You'd have to check it out. Big changes to come. The rise and the fall. The rise and the fall of the Republican Party. I don't know what she means by that. The changes. New parties, new faces, great faces to hit world stage by 2025. The next election, shaking her head. It will not go well. She's saying it will not go well for the Republican Party. She's saying, this is Mama CAS, mind. This is Mama CAS. Don't fight with Mama CAS. Ooh, she's strong. I don't feel her. Oh, Mama CAS. Ooh, ooh. through and I'm so tired. She says that not to worry, the children are safe. I feel like I want to burst into song. I can't sing like you, CAS. She loves her daughter so much. She had some broken hearts, you know. She had some broken hearts. She had the chance and she was going to stay in London, and obviously she said she passed away in London. But her heart was in California. She was worried about her homeland. She knew this was going to happen. She knew this was all going to come off. You're talking 70s, you know, flower power and all of that, what she lived through, you know, the 60s and all of that. There's another rise of that to come again. There's another flower power to come in with the younger generation, and great truth seekers to come onto the earth plane. And we will get the swinging 60s back again. She lived in she's saying she lived in a remarkable time on earth with the music in the 60s. You know, she loved to sing, and with all the stars she met, and not everybody, she says, in Hollywood is dark. That's what she's saying. But she was an advocate for strong women to speak up. But she wasn't so much about feminism with burn the bra type. She liked the feminine side of a woman, you know. That's what she's saying. She was in love with Danny, wasn't she? Stepped out to a church. Do, 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 do. Californian dreaming. The snake's loose. She's saying the snake is loose. The snake is loose around the United States of America, and it's a poison. It's a sickness. It's divided. She's saying it's divided. It's bloody divided. She's saying damn well divided. She's pointing with her hand over to Hawaiian mountain, Smoky Mountain. Watch, she's saying. And shooting in New York. She worries about shooting in New York. Timelines. Very dark. She's saying a lot of mafia, intercepted, within government, or, you know, the Congress, everything, it's all mafia connected. Threats, she's saying Donald's threats, she's saying threats. She lost a baby. She's saying she lost a baby. She lost a few babies. She said she couldn't believe when she passed because she didn't want to pass. She was getting herself on her feet. She wanted to, she was getting her life in order. She was planning on going back to the States. It was like she choked, didn't she, on something? She choked on something. She wasn't ill. She was just choked on some food. She's glad she was born when she was born. She worries for the younger generation now. Damn, she's saying it's going to... The music now, she's laughing, she's laughing, she's laughing. Free then, it was free. She's showing us like flowers on her hair, that type of thing. Just fading out. She's saying, don't worry about Biden. He's not going to be there for much longer, she's saying. She's saying that. Just don't worry about that. It's the man with the dark hair, she's saying. Somebody with a man with dark hair you've got to be careful of to come in. I'm going to do her again. I'm going to get her through again. She just wants to say that she loves you all. In the door, it doesn't stop after death. She's working over there. She's doing work. She's freeing them. She's healing them. She's got like babies on her knee near her bosom. She's nurturing these babies, and laughter, the laughter from her. It was infectious. Infectious. She's laughing because she's saying that she never thought, she came from quite a family of music and art. She's given us, I don't know if it's opera or something like that. But she wanted to be some sort of like reporter, and she said for a short time she worked within a newspaper, and she did like a column for the Jewish people. You have to check this out, guys. Like a column for the Jewish people, with it, like notices for all the bots, you know, like them sort of gatherings they have and stuff like that. Just this hearty laugh. I'm just laughing at her laugh. She's just so funny. Some of her dresses that she had made were like custom made, you know. And she would get them from all over. But she embraced being big, you know. She overcome that. She tried throughout her life to die, but she just, it's the way she was, you know. So she wanted to show women that you can be any shape or size and still be beautiful. It's been very divided, she's saying, in America, and it's going to take time to heal. And there's a lot of psyops, she's agreeing, there's a lot of psyops. And the anti-Semitism and all of that, she's saying, it all needs to change. She worked with these people, she worked with the Jews. Yeah, check this out, guys, because I'm like tired and that. I'm going to get her through again for you. Thank you, CAS. Monday, Monday. She's pointing tonight. Next Monday. Big news round the USA next Monday. She's also pointing to the sky with a plane. We need to put protection around the planes. Thank you, CAS. Thank you, she's saying. Goodbye for now. Sweet dreams. She's like laughing as she's going through. She's like laughing. Hope that's helped. I didn't let her fully come through because I was tired, but I was communicating with her for years. I will do her again and I'll try and get her through if she comes through. I think she will. Mama CAS, I'm going to go and listen to her music. I wish I could play it now just to end the show, but you can't do it for copyright. But she's coming through to say there's big changes to come in for the USA. So that's like some hope there, isn't it? Yeah, I'll do her again. So yeah, guys, it's been quite a strange one tonight, hasn't it? And little Jade's had her healing. Is Jade still there? Dream a little dream. I know, I love Mama CAS. I need to get a picture up of her. Monday, Monday. I like California Dream. What's your favourite? California Dream. California Dreaming. She's going, but she wants me to listen to the lyrics, and I've given you the lyrics before. All the leaves are brown, all the leaves are brown, and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. Stepped into a church, I passed along the way. Well, I got down on my knees and pretended to pray. You know the preacher like the cold. He knows I'm gonna stay. Interesting. She said there's clues in that. Interesting. She's singing about Ellie as well. Big changes to come. Big changes. Let's see if I can get a picture up of her. I'll tell you how she came in. She came in like with a big smock dress on. Oh, that's not how I seen her. Mama CAS. Thank you, Michael and Angels and my lovely guides and everybody for participating in this tonight, and my moderators, and A2I's given with that song before, hasn't he? There she is. I stepped into a church. Do, 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 do. She had a big heart and a big laugh. The laugh was coming through really strong. I like that one there. That's like clear, isn't it? So maybe you can find out if she was into politics, or you'll have to do some research on that. But I'm going to try and get her through it back in again. You could have her being funny with her like a hippie thing on. I've got one of them hippie sort of tops. She's just so fun, wasn't she? So fun. Where's her with her smock dress on when she's doing the Californian Dreaming? Oh, she used to wear them boots, didn't she? Look at her there with her boots on. But they were really cool, weren't they? They were like really different and cool. So, I hope you're all right. And anybody who needs healing, don't forget to put your name in the description of the videos and you'll receive the healing. And I uncast this circle now. Until the next time. I'll see you Thursday night. Don't forget it's phone in Thursday night. and you can participate in that. You need to be a Twitch member, and it's Discord as well, which is free to join. And good night, and stay safe wherever you all are around the world. And I'm off to make a cup of tea. And I'll see you Thursday night. Take care, guys. California dream. Do 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 do. I'll see you Thursday night. Guys, bye. Bye bye. Now, how do I get out of here? Oh yes. See you Thursday. Bye.